Let's talk about Social Security and how Trump and Musk are doing everything they can possibly do to break it. You've probably heard Donald Trump huff and puff about how he loves Social Security and that he won't touch it. Well, here are the facts about what is happening at the Social Security Administration. Trump and Elon Musk are firing workers and pushing out everyone they can. They're shuttering offices across the country. They're throwing up red tape for seniors and people with disabilities. They are jamming up the phone lines and wait times, and they're doing it all with zero clue about what this agency does or why it's important to people. Seriously, they may as well be telling people who need Social Security, good luck, you're on your own. After all, Trump's own Commerce Secretary basically said he doesn't think anyone will mind if their benefits get cut off for a month or two. And if you did complain, you're probably a fraudster. All because his mother-in-law certainly wouldn't mind or complain. Well, of course she wouldn't. Her son-in-law is a billionaire. It doesn't matter if she misses a Social Security check. But for regular people, that is a huge deal. And the comments from Elon are even worse. In just the last few months, he called the people who rely on federal programs like Social Security parasites and said that it is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. So it's no surprise Elon and Republicans are not showing the slightest concern about what they are breaking and the benefits they are cutting. And let's be clear, they are already cutting benefits. Making it impossible for people to talk to anyone on the phone about their Social Security benefits is a benefit cut. Forcing recipients to verify their identity in person or online, and then closing offices so it's even harder to get an office and the wait times are hours long, that's a benefits cut. Firing and pushing out thousands of staff so claims and benefits take even longer, a benefits cut. Now, it's not hard to imagine why some of the richest people in the world don't get it. Elon Musk is never going to go hungry because he missed a Social Security check. But it's also not hard to see how what they are doing is dangerous. If Social Security wrongly declares you dead in Elon's conspiracy purge, that's a problem. If you can't verify your identity because there's no office near you and no appointment available for months, that's a problem. If your private financial data is compromised because Elon's Doge minions are mucking around with no oversight, that's a problem. And if Social Security breaks down and misses payments because billionaires like Trump and Elon don't care, or because the acting commissioner doesn't have the first clue what he is doing, or because they are all actively sabotaging the entire program, that is a major problem for tens of millions of Americans. Social Security administrative expenses represent less than 1% of benefits paid. It's about 0.2% of total government spending. Cutting Social Security staff, closing offices, that's not going to reduce the deficit or make the government more efficient. Instead, making it harder for millions of Americans to apply for the benefits they have earned and delaying processing is simply another way of cutting Social Security benefits. That appears to be the goal here, all to make room for tax cuts for billionaires. And I think there's a pretty basic reason I understand that, while all these clueless, careless, and completely out of touch billionaires don't know and don't seem to care. It's because I actually hear from people every day who rely on Social Security. And I actually remember how badly my parents needed Social Security. I know what a weight was lifted when they were finally eligible for their benefits. And I know how crushing it will be for families if Trump and Musk succeed in grinding this program into the ground. Because here's the thing, Social Security is a promise. But more than that, it is a lifeline. It keeps millions of people afloat, sometimes with heads just above the water. That was my parents once upon a time. It is countless other families today. And Trump and Musk are trying to cut that lifeline. Well, I'm not going to let them get away with sabotaging Social Security in the shadows, and neither are the American people. Let me just say, speaking out matters. Public pressure works. Just this week, Social Security announced that they would modify their proposed policy that would have forced seniors and people with disabilities to get an in-person office to verify their identity rather than being able to just do it over the phone like we've done for decades. Now we need them to scrap this policy altogether. I am going to keep this in the spotlight and keep pushing back with everything I've got to protect Social Security and keep our promise to Americans.